Kogo News Time, 6:12.
If you see life through bummer-colored glasses, you might want to try a little optimism on for size.
What color are those?
Gray,
Yeah.
I guess. Researchers in Finland say a pessimistic attitude actually increases the risk for death from heart disease.
Oh, boy. Dr. John Duncan is the CEO of ViaScan, a company that specializes in the early detection of heart disease, lung cancer, and other life-threatening illnesses. Dr. Duncan, so what did the research say about Debbie Downers out there?
Well, I think the take-home message is that your brain and your emotions are obviously linked to your physical body, so it's maybe not surprising that your mental health or your emotions will help dictate health outcomes in the future. But I think the listeners need to temper this study and realize that in medical science there are varying degrees of research and data and how you interpret it. And this was one of those research projects that is referred to as an observational study. In other words, they took a community like San Diego and they followed the people that lived in that community for an 11-year period of time, and they self-reported their health outcomes. And in this particular study, they zeroed in specifically on people that were pessimistic, and they measured varying degrees of pessimism. So they compared the least pessimistic to the absolute most pessimistic, and 11 years later, the most pessimistic group had twice the heart attack rate as the least pessimistic group. But again, it's an observational study, kind of like linking billionaires that might have green eyes, and you might think, well, is the green eyes cause that person to be an entrepreneur or make good business decisions that enable them to become a billionaire? Probably not, but there's an interesting linkage there, and that's kind of what this observational study shows, is that people that are maybe innately pessimistic, they might want to check their physical health parameters, such as their cholesterol, their blood pressure, their blood sugar, their physical activity, their obesity, and make sure that those things, those boxes are checked to make sure that their mental health is not affecting their physical health.
You know, Dr. Duncan, is it possible to see a shift? You know, maybe not from a world of bummers to Sister Mary Sunshine, but just, you know, a little bit more positivity in your life. How do people actually affect that kind of change?
Well, I think the psychologists and psychiatrists tell us that it is possible that you change your thinking, you change your life. And there's been many books written on this topic, and we see, particularly this time of year around the holidays, depression is another mental health issue that's pretty common and can have some pretty dramatic impact on your physical health. And so I think what this study is saying is that, as the old proverb says, when you look at a glass, is it half full or half empty? The ones that tend to have a pessimistic attitude, I don't know that you're going to change that. Maybe it's in the DNA, so to speak, but you can change the way you think, and that can lead to healthier outcomes.
All right, so we need to put away those bummer-colored glasses, those gray glasses. Dr. John Duncan joining us on the Kogo News Live line.